few months ago we went over some negative reviews on Steam and you guys seem to really enjoy those videos, so we're back a few months later and we're going to be checking out Terraria's negative reviews on Steam and asking, how bad are they? Are some of them true or not? Let's see. It's pretty bad. Like if Minecraft was 2D but had less content and interesting generation. 2 out of 10. Listen, I understand if somebody prefers Minecraft to Terraria. I don't really think that you need to compare the games constantly, but the one thing that you have to give Terraria over Minecraft is content. I don't see any way somebody could deny that Terraria has far more content than Minecraft, because that's one of those things where it's just objective. Terraria has significantly more items, more boss fights, more weapons, more tools, more armor, more everything. I would say the biggest appeal to Terraria over Minecraft is the fact that it just has so much stuff, good and bad. So like I said earlier, I would get if somebody preferred Minecraft to Terraria, but to say that Terraria has less content is just ridiculous. Clearly, you have not played enough of the game. This angler quest is so bad. Remove this garbage from your game, I beg. Kind of valid, I guess. Fishing is kind of overhated in Terraria at this point. I really don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say it is, but angler quests are pretty annoying. I've said this before, but I really hate the fact you can only do one per day, so it's a little bit overblown, but I get it. They have been promising 1.4.5 for more than 3 years. They have been advertising their merch in news posts, and there is still no exact release date for the update. I don't think this is nearly big enough of a deal to leave a negative review on Steam, but it is true. I think it's fair to say that it's gotten kind of annoying how long they're taking. This could be incorrect, but somebody reputable that I know said that the gap between Terraria 1.4.4 and 1.4.5 is becoming nearly as big as the gap between 1.3 and 1.4, and something tells me 1.4.5 is not going to be as big of an update as 1.4 was. I'm actually perfectly fine waiting a long time for a good update because, like all things, it's better that we get a good product instead of a rushed one, but I still feel like there should be some more clarity. Like, can we please just get a real estimate on when Terraria 1.4.5 is coming out, even if that's next year, in 2026, or later this year, or something? I mean, seriously. Because let's be real, this update has to be close to finished by now. Every new state of the game has less new content than the last, and ultimately I feel like they've got to be pretty close to finishing this update if they haven't finished it already. I still expect it to come out probably later in the year, like winter or something, but again, we don't know because there's no clarity. In Master Mode, Hellbats do 40 damage. That's way too much for a freaking bat, and in Hell you get bombarded with enemies. I'd be better off seeing 20 enemies instead of the 50 that I see on screen. Okay, so what I'm gathering from this is that this guy is very angry because Master Mode is difficult. It's Master Mode. Good game, but with the current version, this game constantly lags / freezes at me at the most inconvenient times. I would recommend this game, but just not in this state. Open a chest, 25% chance to freeze for 5 seconds. Take damage, 25% chance to wait 5 seconds. Even just standing still and moving the mouse too fast can cause the game to freeze up. I hate to be that guy, but this sounds a lot more like a computer issue or a console issue than an issue with the game itself, because I have never dealt with this. Even a few years ago when I had a really bad computer, I was not getting constant lag spikes in Terraria. Maybe this is some sort of issue with Mac or something, but at least on computer on Windows, it's not really a big problem. Meh, game is unplayable now compared to 6 years ago, lol. Yeah, I mean, this guy is just spitting heat. He's telling it like it is. Gaming isn't fun anymore. Terraria, more like terrible and tedious. Oh, Terraria, you know, this game is supposed to be the quintessential 2D sandbox experience. You're telling me this is the game people still rave about? Please. All it is a never-ending grind of placing blocks, mining the same materials over and over, and building pointless structures that get wiped out the moment you venture into a new biome. Okay, this is AI generated. Attempted to try it out with a few friends who had been playing for years. Felt like I was struggling to understand how to build a house while they were out killing a massive monster. Attempted to try it out with a couple friends who had been playing for almost thousands of hours. Felt like I was struggling to figure out how to traverse the map and mine resources while they were killing Satan. I actually think this is a pretty big problem in the Terraria community or with Terraria players in general. I've noticed a lot of times when my friends try to get into Terraria, some of my other friends will try to quote-unquote help them or guide them, and what they're really doing is just speedrunning the game and having them tag along. When you're playing Terraria with a completely new player, you have to let them discover some things while also helping them out. Going off and fighting the Eye of Cthulhu while they're figuring out how to build a house, or going and fighting the Wall of Flesh while they're still discovering gold armor is just ridiculous. And I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but there are a lot of Terraria veterans who basically do this when playing with new players. The best way for a new player to learn Terraria is with a friend, but that friend has to be on the same journey as them and they need to be guiding them rather than completely pushing them ahead. And that's it for the Terraria reviews. Honestly, a little bit more reasonable than I think you would expect. What do you think about any of these opinions? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments, and as always, make sure to subscribe because we're only about 800 away from 3,000. We're getting close and I could use your help. Alright, bye-bye.